My name's Tim Calloway. I'm an aviation historian and editor of Aviation Classics magazine. And it's really as a historian that I'd like to start my objection to the iniquitous plan to build on this airfield. Because this place has been an airfield since 1930 when development began, opening in 1931. In 1937 the Royal Air Force arrived and set up number 18 Elementary Flying Training School. Well, Elementary and Reserve Flying Training School as it was initially, which was to stay here until 1954. During the Second World War they trained over 6,000 pilots here, some of whom took part in the Battle of Britain and were indeed the salvation of this nation. Now it's interesting that that historical perspective of training pilots is so relevant today, because so many of the European airlines have announced they're going to have a requirement for over 7,500 pilots in the next 10 years. Now if you close the training airfields, where are they going to get those pilots from? Building on this airfield is also contrary to the July 2018 white paper by the Ministry of Housing, no less, which is quite an interesting document because it says that the preservation of a network of national general aviation airports is vital to the national interest. Now, not just for training, but for business and commercial use, which this airfield is very, very successful at. Any hints to the fact that this is a non-profit making organisation are basically a complete lie. There's no two ways about it. But also for emergency services. Now, with Red Hill having its planning application for a hard runway refused, there is a chance, and a good chance, that Red Hill will be sold and developed on. Dunsfold is already under threat of closure and already has had a planning application approved for development of that airfield. This means that this airfield, Fair Oaks, will be the last aerodrome in Surrey, and I wonder what Surrey residents would think if an air ambulance was unable to attend their emergency